Welcome back to Check Out the Stat by your girl, Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby. So we start the top of the show with our Superwoman of the Week. So if you didn't know, y'all, Indiana is making their mark as a basketball city. The Pacers are doing phenomenal right now. They have a 13-9 record. As we know, they went to the NBA in-season tournament finals. Tyrese Halliburton is putting his name on the map. But if you didn't know, in 2024, the WNBA has the draft lottery pick coming from the Indiana Fever. So this is a hefty draft class for women's basketball. There's Angel Reese, Paige Beckers, CAMRON, and a lot of others. But we're going to see if they're going to forego their eligibility at college or continue to go to the draft. But right now, all eyes are on Caitlin Clark because if she does declare, it's almost a no-brainer that she's going to be the number one pick, meaning that she would go to Indiana Fever. So if you don't know about Caitlin Clark, you should. That girl has been killing it on the court. Even if you don't want to sit and watch all of her college women's basketball games, you can check out her highlights and you can see her stats. She has NIL deals with State Farm, Nike, and she just signed with Gatorade. And as we know, the biggest of the big signed with Gatorade. Her career high in college is 46 points. And just recently, she dropped 44 points. She's doing that in college with ease. She led the nation in assists and three-pointers as a junior, and her resume speaks for itself. It's a whole 3-page long list. She won the ESPY for Best Female College Athlete, and she has over 3,000 career points, and she's not even done with college yet. She's the 15th player in Division I history with over 3,000 points, which is crazy. Like I said, you got to make sure you check out Caitlin Clark. And for her 103rd game, she is Iowa's all-time leading scorer. So she's made history. She's an Iowa staple. Got to check her out. She's the only player in Division I men's and women's, so it's not just a woman's thing, men and women's. You ain't topping her in basketball history with over 3,000 points, 750 plus rebounds, and 750 plus assists, right? She's averaging 29.5 points, 6.9 rebounds, and 7.4 assists. So like we said, we're going to see if she continues to play for college. But if I were her, I would just go into the WNBA draft because you already know she's at the top of the list. And it would be crazy for Indy not to snag her. So imagine Caitlin Clark and Indy, you got the Pacers, and then the Colts are making their way up too. They're putting themselves on the map. So it's a great sports year for Indy, and it's going to continue into 2024. So Caitlin Clark is definitely my Superwoman of the Week. Like I said, if you're not tuned in, make sure you tune in to check out the things that she's been doing. So shifting gears, earlier this week, if you watch It Is What It Is, we had Suki Hana on the show. So I had to interview the girl, Miss Suki Hana. So stay tuned to get a look into how she got started into the industry, her dream wedding, and a lot more. So today we have a special guest. She was a member of Love and Hip Hop Miami. She has also participated in Baddies West, and she is a rapper. She has over 2 million followers on Instagram and released the new song Eating, and she released a song called Hood Rats with Sexy Red. Introducing Suki Hana. How are you today, girl?
Hello, I feel real good and refreshing.
See, period. Why are you feeling refreshing and real good?
I just feel like I'm just that energy right now that everybody want, and I just washed my ass, so that's why I feel refreshed.
Feel real fresh. Bet. Okay, first thing, I want to talk a little bit about your background. So how did a career in music come about? Like, what made you realize, okay, you know what? I can do this.
Honestly, I've been making music since I was like 6 years old. So my mom wrote my first song, and I just been in music school. I come from a family of music, so this is just something I was born to do.
Okay, bet. And I've seen you do a lot of good things for the community. I know you took some mothers on a shopping spree, right? But in the comments, people were talking about why was it only 4 minutes? First of all, that you did a great thing, but I want you to elaborate on that, kind of where that came about, and then anything you got to say to those people.
Well, actually, I really love giving back to people, and I got a TikTok where I seen someone on TikTok, and they would take people on shopping sprees, and it was like a 4-minute challenge. So the thing that I did was actually a challenge, and I take my fans or anybody that just wants to go food shopping, I take them to the supermarket, and I tell them bring their children, and I bring my children, and they got 4 minutes to shop for all the groceries that they want. A lot of people always be judging us, saying, well, why it's only 4 minutes?
Right.
Okay. Well, if it's 10 minutes, why it's only 10 minutes? And my thing is, when I be buying the groceries, it literally be thousands of dollars.
Right.
They go straight to the meat section. They getting lamb, steak, I'm helping them because they got children, so we just getting serious, we getting everything. And this is something I love to do. Like, these are families. Like, it's hard times out here. And baby, I'm balling on my budget.
Right.
You can't tell me what the fuck to spend, baby. I got kids. Like, I
Right.
got multiple kids and shit. You feel me? What I can afford to do, I do. But then some people say, oh, why is it recorded? Why didn't? Because it's fun.
Right.
It's like, we have literally so much fun. We be running through the Walmarts, everybody following us. It's just fun. And I love my fans. That's what we
Right.
want to do. If they are okay with going on camera, shopping with me, having fun, let's do it.
Right.
Like, I don't know why people always make negativity out
Right.
of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm giving back to multiple people. Every time I go to a city, you feel me? I take like 2 moms and all their kids, and we just run through the supermarket.
Right. I like that. And I wanted to highlight that because I didn't like how people were trying, like, you're literally doing something good for the community. Why are y'all
Yeah.
trying to find something else to make a big deal out of something that it's not? So
Some people live in misery. Like, they
Facts.
are negative and they're not happy with themselves or their life. And that's them. You can tell by how people comment that they're not happy. As soon as they wake up, ew, you look a mess. Like, it's just like, I don't
Right.
even have that energy. I love everybody.
Right. Facts. And shout out to you for doing good.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So I know you have music with Annalie Choppa, right?
Yeah.
Are y'all like close friends? Like, how did that relation come about? And what was your first impression of him?
Okay, so how did I meet Annalie? Because it's been a while.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. All I know is that's my dog. We got a song together, and I'm actually in his movie.
Mhm.
And like, my first impression of him was he actually real humble. He
Mhm.
act like me. He ratchet as fuck. He's himself. I know his mama cool, his mama good, his mama raised him well. So that's my good people. I have respect for him.
Bet. Okay.
Actually, with my verse on his song, he actually helped me with my last couple bars. The bars where I was like, Jeffrey Dahmer ain't got shit on me the way
Yeah.
I eat a black nigga out.
Yeah.
He helped me with that.
Bet. See,
Mhm.
he writing too.
Yeah.
Okay. So Suki with the good coochie. Let's talk about it. What is your type?
My type,
Mm-hmm.
to keep it real with you, like, I like humble guys. I like men that take care of their children and take care of their responsibility. Just a man with integrity. Like, that's the things that I'm attracted to.
Mhm.
And I feel like as a rapper, they want us to, give off
Like a
this
certain
shit.
narrative.
Yeah,
Like,
narrative where like we just, want niggas that da da da. But
Right.
I tell the truth, like, I'm a real bitch. That's
Right.
why I got so many fans and I'm not signed. So I'm not like these other bitches. Oh, that really be gold digging and shit like that. I fuck with drug dealers. You
Mhm.
feel me? Like, I fuck with niggas in the streets, like, for real. So
Hustling.
if I love somebody for real, I love them. So
Right.
I don't give a fuck what you got going on. If I love you, I'm there for you. So I just like people with integrity.
Okay.
That's what I like.
So if you don't care what somebody got going on, I gotta ask: have you ever had an experience with a white man?
No, I haven't dated no white man before. I never even touched a white man. And I don't got nothing against him. I ain't got nothing against him, but maybe where I'm from and where I have been, I just never ran into him.
Right.
Yeah, so,
I was
but I'm pro-black,
Yeah.
I like
No,
that.
right. Period. Black love. Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your opinion on marriage? Like, how do you feel about marriage? Do you think it's worth it? You feel like it's unnecessary? Because that's a
I
running
feel
debate.
like I love marriage. Like,
Okay.
I'm for that. I support marriage, you feel me? Not to have an image for the people, but if you're really genuine in love and you feel like you want to be with that person, that's your soulmate, I'm all for it. I was proposed to 8 times.
Mhm.
So, like, I already know I'm gonna be married.
Right.
Niggas always been want to marry me.
Period.
So yeah, but you feel me? I already know I'm gonna be married.
Okay. So what type of wedding? Like, what type of wedding vibe would you want? Like, what are we
I
thinking?
probably want some hood shit.
Okay. So set the scene. What's it looking like?
I probably do some hood shit, like something that really make me happy, like shit, a barbecue.
Ooh.
And I probably cook.
Cookout?
Yeah, I cook the
Right.
food because I love to cook. And it just be like my intermediate family and shit. And maybe I even have my fans on the outskirts.
That'd be
of it.
lit.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 more questions. So you have sons, correct?
Mhm.
This is a little bit of a sports show. I'm just curious. If your sons told you that they wanted to play sports, is there any sport that you wouldn't want them to play that you feel like, I want you doing that?
I mean, my babies is into soccer and stuff like that. My baby said he want to be a soccer player. I would probably maybe be a little upset if he say he wanted to be like a ballerina or, you feel me, gymnastics. But I will support my baby 100%. But that would be weird for me. I would be like,
Yeah.
you want to do what?
Right.
Boy, get your ass out here and play this ball.
Right.
But yeah, that's it.
Okay. And then last question, my show is all about women positivity and empowering other women. Is there any woman that you look up to or you feel like is killing it in the game, the industry, anybody?
Who I look up to as a woman, a few of them though, like, but who my bitch for real?
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, Lil' Kim, that's my girl. Yeah, she just brought me on stage too. But that's a real bitch, you feel me? So you say who I look up to?
Look up
Or
to
just who I
like
fuck
who's
with?
killing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just anybody.
Yeah, I fuck with everybody for real. All everybody. Cardi, you feel me? Nicki, Sexy, Summer, you feel me? Santana. Like, yeah.
Last question. Because I seen you in obviously the music video Hood Rats.
Yeah.
Would you ever do acting?
Yeah, actually I am acting.
Yeah.
You know, I just did 2 movies. And I'm about to like really take off as far as acting. That's my biggest dream. Like,
Yeah.
I love to act because I'm that ghetto bitch.
Yeah.
You feel me? I know how to really act. Like I went to school for this shit. So yeah, you know, in the future,
Period.
it's working out right now.
Multi-talented. Thank you so much, Suki, for being
Thank you.
here. This was super, super dope. Make sure y'all stay tuned. We're gonna get into Ain't No Way.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. What's stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. Wanna be free. Why am I in this woman? She wanna be free. Hell, I don't wanna see her walk away. I wish somebody told me the rules. Disagreements let her win, and it's cool. Even when I'm right, this ain't about you.
Welcome back. Moving along to the crazy things that have happened this week. Ain't no way Draymond Green is slapping Giannis. I know we have all seen that viral clip of Draymond Green slapping Sun Center Nurkic, and it was pretty crazy. Draymond has had a lot of run-ins this year, already dating back to last year of him slapping or hitting Jordan Poole in the face. Right now, Draymond is suspended without further notice from the league. So we had a quick little discussion of what player do you think would go up against Draymond? Not saying this should happen. I'm not condoning fighting at all. But I will tell you right now, nobody is hitting Giannis after the altercation that happened at the Pacers game earlier this week. So the situation happened with basically the Pacers took the game ball and ran to the locker room. They wanted to keep the game ball for one of their rookies who scored their first point. Giannis that same night dropped a career high of 64 points, and that man wanted his ball back ASAP. After the game, you see him storming to the locker room, running back and forth trying to get it. He comes back out. He's arguing all up in Tyrese Halliburton's face, pointing in his face like, you better give me that ball. I wish I could cue the sound because we don't even know what was said during the altercation. But what I can say is that boy was mad. So for the post-game interview, Giannis explained that he ended up getting the game ball back, but he doesn't even know if that was the true game ball. And honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if they just gave him something random to calm him down, because when you see a man that big running at that speed, this swole, yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with him either. They said, here's your ball. This is the ball that was the one that you made your 64 points with. Have at it. So he doesn't even know if that's the ball that he got. And he also revealed that he didn't even get the Game 6 finals ball either. So he's been pretty upset about that. So in my personal opinion, I understand why Giannis wanted the ball. He dropped a career high, but also your first basket in the league is also a pretty big deal. Not saying that Giannis is always going to drop 64 points, but I'm sure he will be able to beat it again. Having your first basket, you will never get that opportunity back. You can throw for 2, you can throw for 4, but that first one, you're never going to get it back. But back to the original question, yes, I don't think Draymond Green would ever lay hands on Giannis, and it would be smart to not, especially seeing that big body man run through to the locker room like that. So like I said, all I know is nobody is slapping Giannis. Moving along to Tell Me What's Up, because like I said, the stats wouldn't be the stats without questions and opinions from you. So I asked for y'all's hot takes and y'all told me what's up. First thing I have to address, everybody has been asking me about my definition of motion. So also, if you watch It Is What It Is, I described things that I like in a guy. And I said that a guy gotta have motion. That does not equate to making lots of money. I'm not pocket watching. As you all know, Cam says, pocket watching leads to ear hustling, leads to pillow talking. We're not doing that over here, okay? I just want you to have something going for yourself because I feel like I'm doing stuff for myself, so you should too. That's what I mean by match me. I think sometimes people get a little bit misconstrued with one of the things that I say, and it's fine. I get it. It's the business. Some things are going to be taken out of context. But anybody can have motion, no matter what job you work at, no matter what your occupation is, no matter what your interests are. You should want to have motion, just like if you were on the other end, right? Are you going to want to, if you're a man, are you going to want to talk to a woman that doesn't have anything going for themselves? Just like a woman should want to have a man that has something going for themselves. I'm not saying that you got to make millions. I'm not saying that you got to fly me out and that we got to go to Nobu. I'm not saying that you got to take me on a trip out the country. Those things are nice, but I just want you to have something going for yourself. So that is my hot take. And if you don't know what motion is, now you do. And you better have some motion because that should be the goal. So another thing that y'all asked me about is how is the everyday life of a broadcaster other than reading teleprompters? So broadcast is a lot of work. I encourage you to try it if that's something that you're interested in. Obviously, I went to school for it, so I got to basically explore a lot of my interests. As you guys know, and I've said before, I thought I was going to go into engineering. I'm glad I didn't because I have a voice and I'm happy I get to utilize that. I'm still young and I'm still learning a lot, but I want to use my voice for good and to debate and talk sports and talk entertainment. Those are all the things that I love to do. But a lot of the time, some people get blessed and lucky with a teleprompter. I don't use a teleprompter. Everything that we do up here, we do our research, we watch the sports and we sit up here and talk. That's not an easy skill to have. So shout out to the people that do it. But it's something, if that's something that you're interested in, you definitely have to put in the work. And it's a lot of writing. I know y'all see me on my laptop. I'm literally searching other stats. I keep as much as I can up in my brain, but not everybody has the luxury to remember everybody's stat line of every player in the NFL and the NBA. That's not an easy thing to do. So I salute those who can do it, but that's not something that everybody is doing. Somebody also said, do I think Draymond's punishment was too harsh or is the NBA is too soft? I do think that refs have a lot of involvement in a lot of the things that we don't want to see. I mean, even Jokic being ejected the other day, I thought it was very unnecessary. But if that's the standards that the league wants to put in place, that's the standards that they got to follow. Now, when I say this, because let me clarify, that doesn't mean I'm agreeing with that. I just like to see both sides of a situation. As you guys know, I do a lot of research when I make my opinions and make my takes. Like I said, that's not saying I fully agree, but I can see both sides. The league is trying to keep some control because you got Draymond out here, doing his thing, and they don't want to look like, okay, we let some players do certain things and some other players aren't allowed to do those things. It's trying to find that consistency in between. But I do think that a lot of the rules that we input are outlandish. I think sometimes let them boys play. Like they're on the court, they're going to be competitive. You're going to see a little bit of angriness. And personally, I like to see it because I want to see y'all fight. Like I want to see y'all get the win that you want, if that's what you want. We're in to win a game, so there's going to be some competitiveness, and that's okay. Draymond's suspension being indefinitely makes sense because I think they're trying to see the core of the issue. It's just happened too many times. I think Draymond now is being labeled as angry and like we can't have him under control. And I don't think that's necessarily the problem with him. Obviously, I don't know Draymond personally, but this is just from a viewer standpoint. And that's not something that they want to encourage in the league. So if they don't stand on it now and things continue to happen, they're going to be like, okay, so why does Draymond not get punishments but this person does? So it's just trying to find that consistency in between. But I'm sure he'll be back in no time because I think we all want to see him play for the Warriors. So that's my take on that. Like I said, I see both sides. Is the league getting a little soft? Maybe just a little bit. And, some things will probably change over time. But Adam Silver's probably been stressed. He's had to deal with a lot of things, especially with social media putting everything everywhere. So I understand what's going on here. So a lot of that is some food for thought, but y'all can hashtag check out the stats so we can continue the discussion next week. And maybe your question or take will be featured. Thanks for hanging out with me and checking out the stats. As always, I'll see y'all next week.
Two big necks, like when they doing them 2 for $5.